I think some people need to understand something. Um, your body usually knows what it needs at different times in life. Some people mightn't believe it at all, and some people would. But the thing about it, if you're in the desert, you definitely need water. And if you're in Alaska, you definitely feel for the soup or you feel for alcohol that burdens your interior. Likewise in life, if you definitely feel suppressed or oppressed, you feel for freedom. So when your freedom is taken away from you, what do you do? These are the things you need to ask yourself. It's very simple to live your life in such a way that being submersed in negative makes you actually submit to everything that's happening. I never was like that. And furthermore, I never grew up soft. And people who have negative experience onto them, it makes you change in many ways. And my wisdom didn't come from sitting at home behind a keyboard. And furthermore, you definitely know Trinidad and Tobago has changed, not myself, when a pregnant lady is braver than most men in all ways. This tells you something. In the early morning, you see people walking for betterment. And furthermore, what happens is that it boosts your confidence. Morals, integrity, and core values, very important. I'm morning, and if you're growing, if you're literally growing in age, you're supposed to grow in wisdom and spirit from experience. Understand what I'm saying? So, Jacob, Joshua, Job, and Jeremiah teach us a lot of things. And if you all think all you could go through test, imagine what Job went through one Friday night in history. There's a lot of people don't understand what we're going through right now is not okay and will be remembered in history. So there's a few words that I want to teach you guys. It's real simple, you know. I'm not speaking with aggression because I realize the algorithm likes this. But the type of things that most people going through right now, it's more than heartbreaking. And remember, you're supposed to learn from your experiences. But definitely, just like they say in Grenada, pressure does bust pipe. So the things that are going on in your life, understand, if you know it's not right, why do you condone everything that's happening beyond even your eyesight? I can tell you many things that transpired in the past few months, but I using the little Chinese phone, and the quality isn't so good, so that's why I had to use the headphones and stuff. But the voice is still definitely here. But I want you to know something. Be careful who you listen to. Be careful what you deem as important. Observe beliefs of those that come around you and that you go into. It's not high science, but it would seem so for many people who just believe in everything that they hear from anyone, especially nowadays when the topic of concern is oppression. I've never seen this happen in Trinidad and Tobago history, but communism, fascism, and dictatorship has no space or directive happening in Trinidad and Tobago, or furthermore in anybody's land. But things that are happening abroad, as they say, when America catches the cold, Trinidad definitely will be in a coma. You know why I highlighted the change in it? Because they usually say when America sneezes, we catch the cold. What most people don't realize, when you're in a dictatorship, puppets shut them out and know the road. Yo, Today is a special day, and people were asking me questions about my religion, even people who work in the service. It's interesting. But you need to understand I fear God and I observe certain things. And trust me, in regards to what happened recently with the licensing officer and the young man with the maxi, along with certain other things, let me just highlight two things to you. Do you all remember when a licensing officer literally assaulted his co-worker, which is a female, and nothing ever came out of it? Do you all remember the licensing officers on the side of bamboo slamming into a IATF officer and trying to tell him shut up and don't come out of his vehicle? Do you all remember 16 vehicles getting blown up in licensing office and nothing ever came out of it? I highlighted this to show you all something. Furthermore, do you remember somebody called Colum Imbert that definitely had certain officers on his payroll? Do you remember Diego Martin drivers, including myself, getting victimized so much? It's ridiculous how much of tickets we got. And just like a certain content creator highlights officers, Trinidad and Tobago, do you all know who is Vanessa Augustine? Yeah, the one who just victimized Diego Martin drivers, who never got fired, but gets sent to three different divisions, never suspended either. Yeah, these are the things that make you know that oppression is alive and kicking in Trinidad very well. So the things that they're doing to attain and gain income should show you what dictatorship is. And for those who are loyal supporters and try to paint the masses into asses, people fed up long time. And the type of things that going on in Trinidad and Tobago right now. Sandra, as in singing Sandra. um, Let me see. Who else? Sparrow. Listen to this. Sparrow song. David Rudder. Who else? Boy? Rashot, yeah. All these people's music coming to pass in 2026. And the benevolence they want you to show makes you think or makes you want to think that you're uneducated. So to somebody who's deeply racist and disgusting, I'll tell you this morning because I know you're not a Muslim. And they'll continue going behind back doors with certain members of the judiciary and Miaro police station and calling me a ape. Definitely. There was a ape that you should fear in the history of the world. He's called King Kong. And understand what the phrase or the abbreviation HNIC stands for. Notice I'm not getting on disgusting because I know you can't tolerate when the truth hurts. So Trinidad and Tobago, when I get back to Samsung, we have a lot to discuss. And notice how easy my video made 24,000 views because the truth hurts. With that being said, Trinidad and Tobago, there are some people that are very good in the police service, and there are many of them that can't speak to situations that's going on. But what happened recently with the woman being evicted, as in Ras, who came from Sealots, who got evicted because she spoke the truth about what's happening, that is one. Two, about the woman who spoke out about the assassination, who got her house burned down and her business totally gutted. Yeah, that is two. Three, there's a certain there's a certain 60-year-old businesswoman who spent her birthday very enjoyable with her son, her daughter, and a whole bunch of other racist friends. You all think people don't know things. The problem with that is when it's time for us to retaliate, remember what Malcolm X did with one finger. But carry on and think that people don't know what's really wanting to be happening. You can't manipulate those with a brain. With that being said, Trinidad and Tobago, I love you guys. Happy Eid to those of the Muslim faith. Deuces.